Tedy Bruschi is here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we're good. We're ready for
Get
you.
that in there.
Just finished telling everyone about Abbott and Heartmates.
Yeah. Heartmates is a new program, fellas, that Abbott is constructing in terms of survivors need support. You know, if you're a heart survivor, if you're a stroke survivor, any cardiovascular event, you can join the Heartmates program, and you can talk to someone that's gone exactly what you've gone through, all right? Because this is new for Abbott, but I've been connected to Abbott for 2 decades. They made the device that's in my heart. All right, so after my stroke in 2005, I got a hole in my heart. I got to put a device in there. Just a long story short, boom, device is in there. Abbott made the Amplatzer occluder. I've had it for 20 years. It helped me play 4 more years in the National Football League. And during that time, I wish I had someone to talk to. And that's what Heartmates is all about, providing a community where survivors can go to and then bounce stories off them. Also for caregivers, too. It's super important. Very important to me.
You've been here for 3 hours, man. You tired?
I know.
Doing this?
Yeah. Well,
some of these stations
I would be if I was pumping some soft drink or something like that, but I'm not really
Red Bull?
pumping a soft drink or anything like that.
We got the good stuff in the back.
Yeah.
You want the good stuff? Yeah. I was telling him, I said, we used to have the stuff, man. We walk in. Remember the old Kramer jugs? We'd have the greenies, and then we'd have salt pills. We'd take the greenies, Pat Harlow.
We had a lot
get
of
Ultrafield. Remember Ultrafield? It's all banned now. And we were on that stuff, man, that boom, boom, boom stuff. And we would take the capsules and put them in that black coffee. We had that black coffee maker. And it was like sludge. It was like Jiffy Lube.
I never took that stuff. You took that stuff. I wasn't taking that
It's
stuff.
amazing that Zoe was not the one who had the stroke.
I think the smell of the salts or
This
something
guy
like
used to
that.
talk to his locker. He used to talk to his locker to get fired up. Leave him alone, man. He just yelled at his locker.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, everybody gets ready different, right?
Yeah, no, sure.
Yeah. But some of these stations, like, how do you get through some of these interviews? Like, we at least know what the hell we're doing. We're like, well, how many years have played in the league, Teddy?
There are a lot of people that are pretty good at their jobs, though. You know, so you're not the only one, man. You know,
I just call it like I see it, Ted. Yeah.
Oh,
it's
man.
good seeing you, though.
Good seeing you too. Good seeing you too. It's I'm looking at these Chiefs and just got a lot of respect for them because I just recognize what they're doing.
You know how hard it is to get there.
Yeah, and I don't understand a lot of the Patriots fans and the hate for the Kansas City Chiefs because that sort of was us at one point when people were trying to discount what we are doing for whatever reason that they
You want to
had.
protect that.
Yeah. Well, I just want to acknowledge it.
Yeah.
I mean that we failed going 3 straight. I mean, we lost to Denver in the divisional round, and then we failed going 19-0, and we lost to the Giants. So it's hard to do. I actually want to see if it's possible.
It's weird that they had basically one loss the whole year because they didn't look like a great team. You guys were a great team that year. You guys were a wagon. You would just dispose of people by halftime.
Yeah.
But this team, like, it's end of the game, and they got the guy knows how to make the play when it's needed.
They got the guy, and they got a couple coaches that are pretty good too. And Steve Spagnuolo, a defensive coordinator, and then Andy Reid. So the coaches, along with the quarterback, we won. I mean, they broke our record in terms of 1-score games that they've won, but we did a lot of that too, in terms of just making one play at the end, and then teams that came in and thought, oh yeah, we got these guys, they're not that good. Then they leave thinking, how did we lose? Yeah. And that's what the Chiefs did this year. So
how do you think the Patriots organization got to where it is now, where obviously the gold standard for all those years and now obviously, struggling?
I think the whole exit was the exit of Bill Belichick and then sort of trying to figure out a new way to do things and then figuring out maybe the new way to do things wasn't the best way to do things and then trying to figure out another way. So that's where they are right now. I mean, I love Mike Vrabel. I mean, I love Gerard Mayo. Do I think Gerard Mayo deserved another year? Absolutely. But, that's not how it went. So they bring in Vrabes, and he's a good friend of mine. Of course, I'm going to say I approve the move and all of that stuff. But, listen, it's going to be different there. I think I said this after they hired Vrabes. I mean, the collaboration sort of project didn't work. So somebody's got to be in there that is the man. And Vrabel doesn't have any problem doing that.
Yeah, you had said that. I remember we were playing the clip right as the hiring happened, that Mike Vrabel is a man who's in charge and a strong voice and is going to need to maybe remove some other people from the process above him? Is that in a front office sense? Is that in an ownership sense? What is?
Well, I just go back to when I had success there, and the coaches were Bill Parcells, and then of course we had Pete, and Pete turned out to be a great coach, just struggled with us. But then Bill Belichick, I'm just citing what it was like what all of us remember. And that's what I remember. And I don't play for that team anymore. I'm not in that locker room, but I deeply care about how they do. It means something to me. So I want to see things done right, and I want to see, the head coach be the one that, not saying that, the head coach is the main voice. That's the one I want to hear as a player. That's the only one that really matters to me as a player. So I'm talking as a player, and I think Vrabel will be that.
A lot of people are hammering the Josh hire, saying that, well, it's kind of predetermined. It's a pre-existing relationship with the team, which is all true. I just think he's the best candidate. And I think that offense will be buttoned up. And the quarterback is freaking good. He's pretty good, Ted.
Yeah. Josh has got to understand that's Tom Brady, first of all. Josh is used to running, he's spent probably 2 decades trying to pump the same system for multiple quarterbacks. I know he's done some different things, but you got to realize that Drake is different. And I think that there's going to be a voice in his headset that when he strays off a little bit, that voice will straighten him out. And that's the head coach. And
okay.
Yeah. And
so this is Mike's team. Like, people think, okay, one guy coached the offense and one guy's going to be a defensive-minded head coach. I think Mike's bigger than that. Right?
What are you talking about?
Mike Vrabel.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's I'm reiterating the voice that you said.
Yeah.
That's good. Because people don't think that voice could potentially do that to Josh.
Does your head...
See? That's good. This is good. We're getting reaffirmation that
Josh McDaniels was a defensive assistant when Vrabel and I were in there, and he was making highlight films to make us laugh. Okay? So whatever, I love Josh. He turned out to be a fantastic coach, a great coach. But the head coach that's there now won't have any type of delay in telling anyone in the entire organization, listen, this is how we're going to do this. Okay, and this is the way I think things should be done. And that's the voice that has to be there.
This is good to hear.
Which of your Super Bowl rings do you have on today?
That's a good question to be asked, by the way, first of all. That's a question I really
Yeah.
I worked for that question. This is my first. This is our first 01 in New Orleans. I figure we're coming here to New Orleans and wear this one, but this is the one that really means probably the most to me because breaking through was probably one of the hardest things. We couldn't break through in '96.
Yeah.
We were so close, and then doing that in 2001 and just learning eventually what it meant to so many generations of people in terms of Patriots fans. Absolutely.
I watched that 96 game again last week, and we were closer than we felt. I think we actually were in that game. And then I know we dressed Hassan Graham out to be that one L4, whatever the hell it was, instead of Troy.
Yeah.
And I was the one that missed the tackle. And the game broke free right there.
Right. I was the L3.
They showed you coming down first.
Right next to him, yeah. Right. So, yeah, it was
L4.
That's something I see. And, we talked about championships. I remember 96. I remember 07. I remember 06 and losing to the Colts in the AFC Championship game and what you should have had, That's why I say, the Chiefs lose this one, they'll remember this just as much, if not more.
Yeah. We were talking the other day about the 04 team and how dominant you guys were in 04 down the stretch, all the way to the finish.
Right, yeah. Man.
Where'd you put that team, the 04 team? Like, you guys, a lot of you guys were still in your primes. Man.
That was...
Rodney in his prime. Corey Dillon.
And that was a team, too, that won a lot of one-score games.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, we were dominant, but still, we knew how to play the game that we were in. You know what I mean? Okay, we're kicking somebody's ass. Let's just keep kicking their ass.
Yeah.
All right. We're not in that game now. We have to play it close to the vest. And now what situation is coming up? That type of intellect that team had was amazing to me.
All right, once again, Tedy Bruschi here today and wants to remind you, go to abbott.com/heartmates and learn more about the Heartmates team and join that community. Tedy, great to talk to you. Thanks so much
fellas.
for being here.
All right.
Appreciate
Thanks,
it.
fellas.
Patriots,
Good to see you,
three-time champion Tedy Bruschi with us.
Hey, if you like that clip, check out more videos from Zolak and Bertrand right here. For more Patriots analysis and opinion, hit this playlist. And for all the latest from the Sports Hub, Download the app at 985thesportshub.com.